Hello everyone, happy Wednesday, Tea Time Wednesday. Excited to be on here for part 2 and picking up a little bit on what we talked about last week. I got some messages with some questions, and one of the questions, hi Laura, one of the questions was, that's great, now how do I raise my frequency? How do I raise my vibration? And that's what we're going to talk about today, how we can increase our energy, increase our vibrational frequency so that things that we want in our lives can start coming to us. So I'm going to give it a few minutes, different time again today, to come on and then get started. Like I said, lots of you watch this in replay. Not a lot of people come on live, especially since I've been changing the time. But we're here and you can always go back, and that's the good stuff. So I wanted to first kind of, if you didn't see last week's or you saw it, and kind of just like recap everything we talked about vibrational alignment. Basically, the higher your vibration, the more things that you're wanting in your life can come to you, the more that the things that you're wishing for can start to align, and there's work and there's things you have to do. And so that's really what this is going to be about, is helping you to get to that alignment. A few tips for how you can raise your frequency. I posted a picture of the emotional guidance scale that shows you what emotions correlate with each energy, and the higher you are, the higher energy that you are, you have more feelings of passion and joy and love and appreciation and empowerment, and those emotions are high frequency emotions. And then you have lower frequency emotions and lower energetic frequencies, which are your fear, your worry, your regret, your guilt, your anxiety, jealousy, and those sorts of things. So, hey Mark, hey Patricia, okay, good. Everyone's coming on. Yay! All of you were on. Hi Karen, all of you were on. Spiro Dia, hello. We were on last week, so this is kind of that continuation I was just sharing. So this is going to be good. So again, just recapping, your higher frequencies, your higher energies, your higher emotions are feeling good, right? Your gratitude, appreciation, your love, all of that good stuff. When you're vibrating at a higher frequency, those are the things that you're feeling. When you're vibrating at a lower frequency, you're feeling depression, you're feeling guilt, you're feeling fear, and all that good, bad stuff. All right, so just recap for that. So your frequencies and the way that you feel and the emotions that you have are essentially and basically in correlation with how you're vibrating. Okay, so high good feelings, high energy, low feelings, low energy. And depending where you are on that scale and depending what you're vibrating at is really going to create your reality, right? And I talked about that last week. So if you don't kind of get that, go back to my live video from there. I'm also starting to put them on YouTube and catch up with that. So you can always go to YouTube to under Chris Capola. I guess I should change my name on there too. So if you don't find it on here, then you can also go on there. So anyway, so we're talking about how to raise your vibrational frequency, and that's the most wonderful thing, is that you have a choice. I have a choice. We have a choice. We can choose where our energy and where our frequency is by lots of things, by taking control of our thoughts, our lives, doing certain things, avoiding certain things, and we can really work on the frequency that we're emitting out, work on the frequency that we're giving out into the world, and we have our power, and we have a way to do this. It's not something that's you're completely oblivious to, unless you are completely oblivious to it and you have no idea and you're just letting emotions go as they go and you're just going with the flow. But once you are aware of that, and once you have the ability to really assess where you are on your emotional guidance system, where you are on your energy level, you have a choice to change it, right? Once you know, and it kind of like, there's no more victim crap, right? You can't play victim anymore, because once you are aware that you're in control of the way that you think and the way that you feel and the emotions that you have and the energetic frequency that you're emitting, you can't blame anything anymore, because you have a choice, right? We all have a choice. So I'm going to give you some ways that you can raise your vibrational energy, that you can feel better, that you can just feel higher up on that scale, even if you're not at like complete top passion and driven and motivated and ambitious and just glowing with energetic frequency, but at least sort of rising up and get you into a place where you are starting to feel better, and you are starting to feel sort of that fire and that drive to feel better and to think better and to have better things in your life. So here goes nothing. Hi, Amber. Hello, Liliana. Hello. So first things first, number one thing, and I'm actually working on a blog post right now, so I'll be able to also, I'll probably post that after this. That'll have everything, probably by tonight or tomorrow. But first things first, gratitude. And I talk about this all the time because it is so, it's number one. It's number one for everything, because when we are grateful and we have appreciation for the things that are working in our lives and the things that are going right and all the things that we have in our life and the things that are working, the things that we once had, once wanted that didn't have it and that we have now, like everything in your life at one point that's good, you at one time wanted and didn't have, and now it's here, even if it's one little thing. So we forget that, right? We get it, and then we're just like, all right, what's next? And we kind of just keep on chasing something else. We need something else. I need this now. I got this, now I need this. And we're never really in gratitude or appreciation of the things that have come, or the things that are working for us, or the things that other people may want that we have, right? We're sort of, sometimes we have things and we don't realize, like, there's someone out there wishing for what I do have, right? So you have to get into this place of gratitude primarily, most importantly. Number one, you're gonna get sick of me saying it until it's so much in your brain in the morning. You've got to spend time in the morning with gratitude and joy and just thinking about all of the things that are working. And just in doing that, your appreciation rising, your energy level rising of that appreciation to source, right? That appreciation to God, that, you know what, I'm here. I woke up another day. I have this day. Like, we should feel unbelievably blessed every single day that we get to open up our eyes and we get another shot. Even if your life is shot to shit to hell, you're getting another shot. If you woke up, you are given another shot to change things. So just in that alone, you should be sitting there and thankful and grateful and treating that day and treating the fact that you woke up as the best freaking gift that you got, because it is. So when you do that, when you're looking at that, and you're being grateful for your life, and you're being grateful to be alive, and you start really going through your list of all the things that you're grateful to have in your life, are outside, and the sun came up, and all the things that I've spoken about before, water, food, shelter, the basic things. If you can't find anything, right, your animals, your pets, your vibration is going to rise, because when we're in gratitude, when we're in appreciation, we're on the alignment, we're on that connection with source. Like I said last week, when you're connected with source, when you're connected with that higher level energy, now everything starts to kind of flow a little bit easier, and things seem a little bit, you have a different perspective of things when you're looking from the eyes of source and you're looking from the eyes of God, right? So when you're in that space and you're in that appreciation and gratitude, you're given more things to be grateful for, and your vibration rises. So you're going to start your day differently versus waking up complaining and, oh, I have to go to work, and, oh, I have this problem and I have that problem, taking the problems from the night before into the next day, and worrying, from last night into the next day. So many people don't sleep well because they're up all night and they're worried and they're thinking of this, and then they fall asleep and they're in complete non-resistance and they're complete flow and allowing, and then they wake up and then it's just a continuation of the night before. So grab a hold of those emotions. Say, you know what, I'm not gonna allow this right now, and focus on gratitude, focus on the things that are working. That automatically is going to raise your vibration, and do that throughout the whole day, right? Don't just say, okay, I did my gratitude list, I did my gratitude prayer, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go on about my day, I'm gonna get in my car, and now I'm pissed off at this, I'm pissed off at that, this didn't go right. You've got to hold that throughout the day, right? You've got to, everything that you do, if you start to shift your focus to what's working and what's right and what you're grateful for, that's it. You're gonna stay there, and that's gonna become more of the habit, right? We either have a habit of complaining, or we have a habit of gratitude, and you know where you stand in terms of that. How are you starting your day? How are you living your day? Are you looking for problems? Are you looking for reasons to be mad? Are you looking for reasons to be offended? Are you looking for reasons to feel worried? Or are you constantly looking for what's working? Are you constantly looking for what's right in your life? Why you're so blessed? Why things are so good for you? You're one or the other. There is a little gray area, right? Maybe sometimes we dip, and not every day is going to be this like magical, beautiful gratitude day. But 99% of the time, if you're in that mindset, you're going to raise your vibration. And raising your vibration, everything's going to start to shift. Second thing, you're not going to like me, exercise and diet. We know this. We know this. We know that if we eat shitty, we know that if we eat crap, we feel like crap. End of story, period. Like there's no in between. I don't have to sit here and tell you what's healthy and what's not and what to eat and what not to eat. You know, right? You know what's good for you. You know what feels good in your body. You know when you eat a certain meal, whether or not after that meal you feel energetic and you feel good and you feel your digestive system is working and you feel energy, or if you eat another meal and you feel sluggish and you just want to lay on the couch and you don't want to do anything, right? You know the difference. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you like, eat this and not that and do this and do that. Like, you know if you have more fruits and you have more vegetables and you drink more water and you limit your meat intake, or maybe not, whatever. I don't push that on anyone. But when you look at the foods that you eat and you look at how you feel after you eat these things, you're going to know if that's raising your vibration or lowering your vibration, okay? When you eat healthy and you eat well and you're giving your body nutrients and the things that it needs, it's going to function at its optimal state. And so then your energy is going to rise. Your frequency is going to rise because your body is getting what it needs. It's not using energy to try to figure out what the hell you put in your body and break it down and do all that. It knows what to do. It takes the nutrients and now it can go out and it can do what it needs to do. Exercise is the same thing. We're becoming a society and have been a society at this point now where it's like sitting in front of the TV, sitting on the phone, on the iPad, on the computer. Most people have jobs where they're not really mobile and not really moving around. A body in motion stays in motion. Energy is energy in motion, right? We have to be moving. We have to get our bodies moved. Go for a walk, go for a run, start doing a workout, start doing yoga, start doing stretches. I don't care what it is, but get off the couch, move. Get up in the morning, do some jumping jacks, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups. Get on a bike, that treadmill that you bought 5 years ago that's got like all your clothes hanging on it. Like take the clothes off and walk for half a mile, walk for a quarter mile. Just do something, right? Instead of choosing the TV, instead of choosing the computer, and instead of choosing to just lay on the couch when you come home from work, eat dinner and go for a walk. Eat dinner and get on the bike, or just do something. Because when you're moving, when you're eating well, when you're giving your body the things that it needs, your vibration is gonna raise. You're gonna feel better, right? This is why people that go to the gym and eat healthy, like, or work out or are active people that take care of themselves are always like ready to go, right? They're always full of it. I know for myself, like compared to how I was before and being completely stagnant and eating like crap, like I'm a totally different person. I have energy all the time. I'm ready to go all the time. Like, do I get tired? Yes. But 90% of the time, like I'm awake, I'm aware, I'm going. And it's because of what I feed my body, what I do with my body. And so my energetic frequency is up, so that makes me feel good, right? When you eat good, well, you usually exercise. When you're exercising, you usually eat well, because they go hand in hand and they raise your vibration. You start to feel better about yourself. When you do things for your body that are good for you, that are healthy for you, that make your body function at its optimal state, it's going to give you the gift of an energetic raising frequency, right? It's going, you know this. You know that when you move, you feel better. So move, eat well, eat clean, eat things that your body knows what it is. Drink a lot of water, get moving, because your frequency is going to go up. Your energy is going to go up. Your emotions are going to get up, right? There are so many studies now, they're finding that your neurotransmitters and everything that's in your brain is in your gut. In fact, there's more in your gut. So emotions and things that you're feeling are being triggered or not triggered by the food that you're eating. Your thoughts are being affected by the food that you are eating, guys. Like, this is science now. This is what we are realizing. We're going into the stomach and we're realizing that we've got a whole brain and emotional system in there. So if you're not feeding your body well, it's just like you're not feeding your mind well with crap, which is my next thing. You're going to be at a lower frequency. You're going to have depression. You're going to feel low. You're going to have anxiety, right? Some people, and again, I stay out of this, but some people that stop meat don't have anxiety anymore. Why? Because they're not taking something that was full of anxiety and fear and all the things that animal was going through at that time. They're not taking that into their body anymore. And it happened to me. It happened to many people I work with, to friends, to people I know. They notice the change in their emotions, right? So pay attention to the foods that you're eating and what it is. And it may not bother you. That may not be something for you. I'm not saying stop meat. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying be aware when you're eating things, how you feel an hour or two after that or the next day, and start making changes and shifts for that, because that's going to raise your vibration too, okay? That's going to bring you up depending what you're putting in your body. The next thing is your environment. Right? Your audio, your visual, everything that you're looking at, you're reading, you're seeing, you're hearing. What is around you? What do you see when you scroll your Facebook and your Instagram? What are you reading? What are you listening to in the morning on the way to work? What are you watching on TV, right? What are these things? Are they making you feel good? Are they positive things? Are they things that, are they motivating things? Are they things that make you happy, that make you full of love? Or is there drama? Is there stress? Is there anger? Is there jealousy? Is there, on your news feed, is there a bunch of problems and political stuff and garbage on your news feed, right? Or whatever wherever you're putting your attention, whatever you're listening to and reading and hearing, right? Those things get into your brain and they affect your emotions and they affect the way that you think. And the way that you think is how you feel, and how you feel is how you're energetically vibrating. So we have to be so conscious of what it is that we are putting in our minds, right? I won't watch certain shows. I used to be a huge horror and crime, investigative, stuff, who killed people. I used to was all into that. And now I won't watch it. Just the other day, Dom went to put on a movie, and within not even 4 minutes, I was turn it off. I don't want this, right? I don't want this feeling. I don't like the way this movie's going already. So be aware of the things that you're watching, the things that you're listening to, right? Reality TV is huge for this whole drama and what's going to happen next and this and that. And it's when we take that in, we take that in, right? There's an emotional thing that we feel when we're watching these things or seeing these things or reading these things or listening to these things. So be very aware of what it is that's coming into your consciousness and choose better things, right? Choose personal development. Choose a Netflix documentary that's going to educate you and teach you something about whatever. There's so many documentaries out there between Amazon Prime and Netflix. The only time my TV is on is for YouTube document or YouTube learning or whatever, or Amazon Prime or Netflix. That's it. I don't watch TV. My TV is never on, right? So I remember watching things that were drama filled and things that didn't really sit well with me, and not knowing that it didn't sit well with me, not knowing that I was going to sleep after watching some reality show and waking up and feeling a little off or feeling certain anxiety or things, because that's what I was seeing, especially before bed. So you've got to, detach from your phone, from your TV, whatever it is, unless it's something that's really teaching you or making you feel good and making you want to grow and expand and feel better. So be very cautious about where you're putting your energy, where you're putting your time, because you will raise your energy, you will raise your frequency if you are constantly feeding yourself positive, good things of learning and growing and just being at that. And it doesn't mean don't watch movies or don't watch entertainment or don't, I'm not saying that, but choose things that inspire you, choose things that make you feel good, choose things that leave you with a sense of feeling nice after, right? You go to a movie, let's say you go to an inspirational movie or something and it really touches you, sometimes you walk out and you're wow, I feel so touched, so motivated, so happy, so loved. And sometimes you go to a movie and you walk out, you're oh, I'm been through an emotional trauma here, right? Because you got into it or whatever the case may be. On a daily basis, you're seeing so many things that you don't have control of. So the things that you do have, turn off the news, turn off the crap, stop reading the paper, stop, just put yourself in a position where what's coming into your sensory vision and your audio and all of these things, all your senses are positive things, are good things, are things that make you feel good, right? If it's making you feel bad, then obviously your frequency is going down and you're limiting yourself and you're creating a lot of resistance. And nature, you know, getting out in nature, and when you go for that walk because you're doing your exercise and your food, go leave your phone home. Stop, you know, so many people are like walking and they're like looking down at their phones, and I'm guilty of it too if I'm like doing something or whatever it is, but there's a lot of times like I'll just go and I leave my phone at home and I just look up and I'm just looking at the trees and I'm taking in nature and I'm taking in the birds chirping and everything that's happening, and that makes me feel good because I'm like, wow, look what God has given us. Like, look at all of this. Like, you've got to really take that time. So that's gonna increase that too. If you can go to the park, if you can just take your shoes off, put your feet in the grass, get grounded, feel nature around you, right? Put yourself in these situations and your sensory input and output where things make you feel good, things make you feel positive. I gotta have my tea. Sorry, talking really fast, trying to get done. How are we doing? Anita, I always exercise, but you can't run a bad diet, outrun a bad diet. Personal experience. Absolutely. Listen, it's all about the nutrition. All about, there's been times when, because I love to exercise, I've exercised every morning and maybe I miss a day or two here or whatever, but like, you know, let's say there's a week or so where I'm not really on point. Doesn't matter if I'm exercising and doing whatever I'm doing. Like, if I'm eating crappy and I'm feeling crappy. So it definitely cannot outrun a bad diet. For sure. I think a lot of people realize that. They're like, oh, I worked out, so I'm going to go have everything and anything that I want. Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. Your body's going to let you know the choices you're making. It is always going to show you proof of the choices that you're making. You can look at someone and you know what their habits are, you know what they're eating, you know what they're doing, you know what they're not doing. The body does not tell lies, right? It's very, very, unfortunately, very truthful. Fourth thing, your social environment, your connections, your communication. Who are you talking to? Who are you around? What are the conversations you're having? What kind of friends do you have? What kind of family do you have surrounding you? What kind of coworkers do you have? What is your vibration gonna mean in a place like that, and how is it gonna be affected by that? If you're constantly around other complainers or other people that are always miserable, right? Misery loves company. Oldest tale in the book, right? If you're around people that are always complaining, if you're around people that are always have a problem, if you're around people that are always the victim and always looking for a reason to be mad or be offended or coming to you with the same problem over and over again, and you give them advice and they're not changing, and or just they have their own problems and they're like putting it on you, like, you've gotta detach from that, because we take other people's energy. So whenever they're coming to you and they're having these conversations that are not making you feel good, and there's like stress there, and there's you know, that feeling of, you know, right? You've got to listen to how you feel when you're around people, right? Your time is very precious. So if you're around other people in your life that make you feel low, right? Pay attention to how you feel when you leave from them, or how you feel after you speak to them. If that's happening, your frequency is staying very low. So surround yourself. High frequency is going to bring up higher frequency. So surround yourself with people. We've got online, okay? You can meet anybody. I've met so many people that even if I can't meet them in person, like, we do Skype and we do whatever, and we have this connection because it's positive, right? We get on the phone, we get on the Skype, like it's boom, boom, boom. It's like you get off, you feel the energy raised. But if you talk to certain people, or you're around certain people in your life that have a lower frequency, you're going to feel that. So start looking at your social connections. Start looking at your life and who you're really surrounding yourself with. And even for your job, right? If you're at a point where, you know, you're at a job and like everybody's complaining and no one's happy and, you know, all that stuff, like, you really got to assess, no matter how long you've been there, like, is this the environment that I want to be in? Because if I'm in this environment, then I'm going to start to feel that way, and I don't want to feel that way, right? I want to feel good. I want to feel better. So you might have to make major changes, but your vibrational frequency and the way that you feel and the way that you live your life is important. Like, you only got one life, guys. Like, you get it again. If you woke up, you got a choice to decide how you're going to feel, how you're going to live your life, what you're going to do in your life, and this is is part of it. There are going to be ties that you're going to have to cut. If there's people that are gossiping, if there are people, gossip is like very low frequency mindset. People are always like talking about other people. It's just stay away from it. Just put yourself in relationships and in experiences and around communities and around people in your life that lift you up. And I'm not saying that if somebody has a problem, you're like, oh, sorry, I can't talk to you about this because you're gonna lower my frequency. No, be there for people, have that conversation. But if what you're giving to raise them up is not working, then you've got to step away, right? You can't keep trying to raise somebody up. You kind of just got to walk away. So yes, be there for friends that are maybe complaining or having a problem or whatever. But if it's a consistent thing and you notice that it's making you feel that way, it's time. It's time to cut those ties, all right? Anita, throws out alignment. I don't know what throws out, I forgot what I was saying, but yes. If Anita said it throws out alignment, it throws out alignment. All right, last one. Come on, guys. Your thoughts. Your thoughts, your thoughts, your thoughts, your awareness of your thoughts. We know this, like, your vibrational frequency is going to be up here or down here, dependent upon your thoughts. How you think, how you feel, and your vibrational alignment, our misalignment, are all connected together. So through meditation, through awareness, through being the seer and observer of the way that you're thinking and the way that you're feeling, you can manipulate your vibration and your frequency by literally looking at it and saying, okay, how do I feel? What thoughts am I thinking that are making me feel this way? What am I fearing? What am I not fearing? What am I worried about? What are the things? Why am I worried about it? Why am I fearful of this? Why do I feel angry about this? Why do I feel jealous about this? Why, right? If those are low frequencies, and when you're facilitating higher energies and higher frequency thoughts, like everything's always working out for me and things are always in play and I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful and this is working out and that's working out and this is going good and this is going good and all the things that you're thinking in that respect, you can sense where your thoughts and your emotions are on the frequency scale. So start being an observer of your thoughts. Start being someone that looks at what you're thinking and says, does this feel good? Does this thought make me feel good? Or does it make me feel bad? Does this thought make me feel happy or does this thought make me feel sad? And we can change those thoughts, and in changing those thoughts, we can change our emotion. In changing our emotion, we can change our frequency. So I'm not saying that life is just, rainbows and unicorns and cupcakes and everything is great all the time and everything is perfect. But just like I said in the last video, if things are coming up that aren't good, right, you've got to be solution oriented. You've got to look for how can I fix this, right? And that's going to vibrate you at a higher level because you're going to be in a place of empowerment versus being a victim, right? A victim mentality is very low. The problem, the problem, the problem, the problem. What's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's not working, what's not working, what's not working, versus how can I fix this? What's the solution? How can this get better? How can I change this? How can I change how I feel about this? How can I change what I do about this? And if you can't change it, you let it go, right? You let it go. If there's nothing that you can do to change a situation, you got to stop thinking about it and worrying about it, and that's it. Your main thought should be, how can I fix this? What's the solution? How can I feel better about this? How can I think better about this? How can I feel a better feeling thought, right? It's that awareness. Mark, when you get stuck in a rut and you're normal, go to of exercise, meditation, affirmations, diet, etc., aren't doing anything, how do you break out of it? Asking for a friend. Sometimes you got to sit with it, right? We're all gonna have these moments where we're on a really high, right? You're never really gonna stay like 1,000% always up, right? There is going to be downfalls, but from that downfall, from that lower frequency where your friend is feeling, where you're sort of out of it in your diet and your exercise and you fall off, I fall off. I had like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago where I was just like, screw it. I wasn't like eating as well. Like I missed 2 days of exercise. Like I just didn't want any personal development. Like it's okay. It's okay to sit with that and sort of look at that, because that motivation does fade and that inspiration does fade. But when you start to think about like, how did I feel before? How did I feel when I was feeling good? How did I feel when I was exercising? How did I feel when I was eating well? When you look at the contrast, when you're like, wow, how do I feel now versus how I felt before? What am I doing now versus what I was doing before? And you start to think about that, you start to visualize, and you start having that idea of how good you felt when you were doing that. Sometimes that'll give you sort of like the little oomph. I know it does for me, where I'm like, oh, all right, I got to get my shit together because I want to feel that way again. I really liked the way that I felt when I was XYZ. And reminding yourself and reminding your brain and your body how you felt when you were at your optimal state. Reminding yourself when you were exercising, meditating, doing your affirmations, like how good did that feel? What was changing your life? What things were moving forward? Versus when you stop doing that, what happens? You feel stagnant, you feel unhopeful, you feel unworthy, you start to like get back down. And that is normal, and that's going to happen because your brain still has that wiring and neurotransmitting energy of all that, of not doing that, right? So you just got to remind yourself how it felt to do that. You got to remind it, and you can't force it, because if you force it, it's inauthentic, and then it gets more resistance. So you can sit with it, like, what happened? Why did I fall off? What were the choices that, what was I thinking that made me now not really want to do this? What was the stress that was being caused? How can I fix that stress? How can I fix that? How can I go back to how I was doing, and just start doing it little by little? And then just like the bad habit of not doing it came, that the good habit will return again. But it will return. And there's I know people that are very, very, very so disciplined and consistent that it amazes me. But then I talk to them and they're like, well, I had like a week where this happened or that happened and I just didn't. And so it is harder sometimes to go back. But if you look at that from contrast and you look at like, what do I prefer instead? Okay, this is happening right now. I don't have any motivation. I don't want to do this, but how did I feel when I was doing it? What do I need in order for me to do that? And just do it. Sometimes physically, actively doing it and not waiting for the feeling to feel it to be able to do it. Sometimes that'll put you right back in it too. And sometimes you just need a break. Like, listen, if you're especially your friend is great, is very disciplined. So if you have a week or two where you fall off, like, don't sit there in guilt, don't sit there in regret, don't sit there and be like upset with yourself. Just sometimes you just got to ride it out. Like, sometimes you just can't force things. I need a victim versus empowerment. Great way to achieve the high frequency goal. Always have a choice. Yeah. I think like the victim mentality, when we think about victim mentality, it's like the why me, this person did this to me, this situation happened to me. Again, like we talked about it, right? Ego versus source. Like, ego is very like, things were done to me, I'm offended, I'm angry, how dare you do this, how dare you do that, feeling sorry for ourselves, feeling like we should have more, but we don't, and why me, and boo-hoo. And empowerment is like, I have a choice, I have a control, I have a chance here to decide how I feel, to decide where my life goes, to decide how it unfolds, to decide who's in my life, who's out of my life, to decide what I want to do every day, right? You take back your power when you really start to lose that idea that like the world is against you and things have happened to you. Like, things have happened to everybody. Everybody right now at this moment at 7:35 on Wednesday, whatever time it is where you are, has something going on in their lives. Like, that we can say, why me, right? I know I did it 3 days ago. I have something going on, family stuff, and I'm like, what the hell did I do? My exact words were, what did I do to deserve this? And I was like, and I caught it. And I was like, ego, victim, you better shut your freaking mouth, because no, right? And I changed it. What do I need to learn here? What is the lesson here? What is it that this is teaching me? What do I need to work on in order for this to be a better situation? Versus falling into why me, boo-hoo, why did this happen? What did I do to deserve this? Letting that snowball into like this whole, and I broke down and I had my moment, but then I was like, screw this. Like, no, I will not give my power away to this. I will not give in to this. I will not have this moment where turn this moment into this momentum into a week or months or whatever it was. So you got to catch when you're in that victim mode. You got to catch when you're being, kind of hard on yourself and and sort of, that ego starts to come out. So that's it, right? So you've got a few things that you can start to work on, right? Your thoughts and what you're thinking, and being more aware and shifting, right? Pivoting your thoughts to things that are more empowering and more inspiring. You've got your diet and your exercise, obviously, eating well, eating things that make your body feel well, knowing the difference between how you feel after you eat certain meals versus how you feel eating other meals, exercise, moving, getting that energy going, getting that energy moving, no matter what it is, even if it's a walk, even if you buy one of those stupid little bike things where you're like sitting on the couch and you're moving the legs, like you got to get that energy going. You got to get that energy moving. That's going to raise your frequency and it's going to make you want to do more, right? Watching your sensory stuff, watching what you're watching what you're reading, watching, going outside, being around nature, getting into an environment around you that facilitate positive feelings and good feelings that make you feel good, reading things, listening to things, watching things that give you a sense of joy and passion and love and happiness and appreciation versus like drama and jealousy and anger and all that crap that comes along. My friend says thank you. You're funny, Lauren. And then gratitude, and your gratitude and just every day looking for what's working out for me, what is right, what am I so grateful for, what am I so blessed with, what are the things that I have that other people wish they had, and so on and so forth, right? So if you're doing these 5 things on a daily basis and you're having that awareness and you're showing up in your life and you're taking care of your body and your mind and your soul and your senses and everything that's around you, and being very selective of where you share your life and who you share your life with, and where you share your time and your energy, and being very conscious of that, then your energy is going to raise, and it's going to be work, and it's going to take time, and especially the thoughts, when you're having thoughts and you're having to sort of distinguish, like, okay, what's an empowering thought, what's a victim thought, you're gonna know, right? I want everyone to sort of get into this place where you're so aware that, like, when it happens, you catch it, right? You catch it immediately, because you're just like, no, I have control here. I want to feel happy. I want to feel joy. I want to feel appreciation. I want to feel connected, because the better it gets, the better it gets, right? The higher frequency you're at, the better, more things are going to come, and you've created a vortex of energy, and things are going to start to line up for you. But the lower you are, the worse it's going to get, and the more problems that there's going to be. All right. So that's it. Any questions, any thoughts, anything that, like I said, I'm going to finish my blog. Mark, your friend had a great question. Thank you, him or her. Anything that you guys want to add, that you feel maybe you do, or that you feel works for you to raise your energetic vibration and your vibrational frequency. I know, like, hanging out with my dog does it. I just like give her hugs and kisses and I feel better already. Or my husband, or I call a friend that I haven't spoken to in a while that I know is gonna like lift me up. There's like other little things, obviously, that you can do, but the thing is to really look at what makes me feel good and chase it. Just chase it. What makes me feel good, and go after it. Laura, you're wonderful. Oh, thank you, lovies. You're wonderful too. Everybody's wonderful. All right, so I'm going to let everyone go. 7:40 now. 40 minutes seems to be the set point here. So that's it. Anything else? I know there's a little delay. I'm having my dandelion tea here. That's actually really good. Christina, thank you. Oh, love, lots of love. Thank you. Alrighty. I love hearts. All right, so I will see all of you next week. If you're welcome. You're welcome. Alignment is everything. We'll see. We'll see if we'll continue this stuff next week. And as always, and most of you do, if you have like questions or ideas or whatever, my messaging has been like I have like a million messages I have to get back to. But I'm trying to do the best that I can do. So, all right, I'll let you guys go. Have a good rest of the week, and I will talk to all of you soon. Bye.